Hi everyone, it's Miss Dancer. I'm here at TU for probably the last day. I'm going to record some videos for you to be able to dance along with. So for starters, we're going to just begin with an alignment check-in. This video you can do every day before you start whatever other physical practice you're doing, because it's just a good idea, especially if you've been sitting a lot, not moving as much, to just check in with your alignment. So I'm going to take a side view, and the first thing you want to do is you want to just plant your feet down into the floor, root down, feel the backs of your legs long. Notice if you are locking in your knees. If you are, you want to shift your knees into neutral, right? And make sure that you feel like you have a straight line going down your femur bone all the way down to your heels. The next, you want to check in with your pelvis. So your pelvis also wants to be in neutral, with the feeling that your tailbone is weighted and pulling down towards the floor. Often we tend to either be a bit hyperextended in the pelvis so that the front of the hip joints shorten, or sometimes we tuck if we're slouching, right? And then you feel this tension in the front of the hip bones. You want to feel that your pelvis is really floating right in the center with your tail pointing down. And then you want to feel a lift in your abdominals, but you're still able to breathe, right? Your abdominals are knitting together this way. You're feeling them pull together, but you're not holding your breath to where you can't move and you can't breathe, right? It's just a nice support, right, as they're closing. The rib cage should not be poked out or slumped back. You want to have it right in the center, right? And again, feeling that sort of knitting together feeling. Like you've got buttons on a tight vest, right? And your rib cage is closed, but you should still be able to breathe normally, taking normal breaths. Right, going on to the shoulders, right? If we've been on the phone a lot, we tend to be this way, or the computer, right? So we want to really think of rolling the shoulders back. As a matter of fact, let's take the shoulders forward, up, let the palms rotate out, and then lengthen them down long, and then feel like you're carrying like 2 heavy buckets of water, and your arms are stretching down towards the floor. Yeah, so now your shoulders should also be in alignment, right? We're still lined up with pelvis, abdominals, rib cage. Hip flexors are not clenched, they're nice and long in the front, right? The back of your neck should also be long, yeah? So we don't want to have this forward neck feeling or pulled back feeling, right? We want it to be just lengthened, and make sure that your head isn't kind of compensating for some other weight imbalance, right? Your head is just nicely in line with the rest of your body, okay? And then we're also going to just speak about the feet. So finding a parallel position, you can take a look down, spreading out your toes, make sure that your knees are directly over your toes. Take a small plie. Yeah, and then just maybe take some pulses, feeling the weight nice and heavy. Modern dance, you want to have weight always pressing down into the floor. You don't want to get so lifted that you don't have a bottom to your movements, right? And then find your turnout by bringing your feet to parallel first and just rotating. You should feel something working here, rotating from the femur, right? Remember, rotation is coming from the hips, not from the feet. And as you rotate, notice if you're like gripping your glute muscles, and then just try to release them. You should engage your glutes when you're doing an action that requires it, like maybe a passe, but you don't want to stand in first position and have your glutes completely gripped. They should also be lengthening and rotating as your thighs rotate out. So that's going to be your alignment check-in that I want everybody to do this video every day before they start their physical practice.